Montreal Canadiens, Vegas Golden Knights. We've got your Game 5 summary coming up. Alright, before we get into this one, Paul, I just want to let viewers know that stay on, watch till the end of this video, because we're going to give you our Puck Dudes predictions for the next game in the series right at the end of this video. Stay tuned.
And I think you know where I'm going with this.
Well, you've made a couple declarations to that end, Paul.
Yes.
So, but we're gonna give the score predictions, and then we're gonna stand by them. We'll see just who comes out on top next time.
Sounds good.
All right, so Paul, in this tonight's game, I want to start with Mark Stone. So I feel the longer the series goes, the more I feel like Mark Stone's status and situation is almost emblematic of the overall Vegas night circumstance. That, remember at the start of the series, he just had a smile on cheek to cheek whenever the camera was on him. I mean, he's a smiley guy, and he just seems to enjoy himself on the ice. But the more this series has worn on, Mark Stone is not having a good time.
No, you could see clearly he was frustrated tonight. Obviously on the goal that ended up with Perry passing it over to Caulfield, that was on him. He tried to do too much with the puck, and he got caught. You could certainly see the frustration in his game when they had the isolation camera on him afterwards, slamming the stick. And I mean, when your captain's doing that, that's a sign of deeper issues, because he's supposed to be the one that settles down. And hopefully Vegas has got somebody in the room that can do that. Much similar to Jonathan Toews a few years ago when I think it was Brent Seabrook came over and quieted him down when he was having a bit of a temper tantrum. So maybe Vegas has somebody that does that. I don't know.
I feel like if Vegas has any chance of getting back in this series, it's going to have to begin with Mark Stone.
Well, and they were talking about how what an impact Chandler Stephenson is in this was going to be coming back. I heard something earlier in the week. I was listening to Habs broadcast on TSN Radio, and they were saying that one of the people that they were talking to was Max Pacioretty, and they said when he went to Vegas, one of the players that astounded him or surprised him the most was Chandler Stephenson, that he truly was the first-line center that nobody knew about. And he was back tonight, and yet I didn't notice a significant impact. They were talking about how he was possibly going to get Mark Stone going, and it clearly didn't happen. Now, everybody has an off game, so I expect he'll be better next game, but certainly he did look frustrated.
Yeah. All right, so we know there's going to be a lot of talk after this game. The previous game, Pete DeBoer, Vegas coach, surprised everybody by going with Robin Lehner in goal rather than Marc-Andre Fleury. Paid off last game. Then now this game, after Lehner came out successful, then this game, Marc-Andre Fleury fell short. Right. We know that there's going to be some criticism there. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, how do you not go back to Marc-Andre Fleury? So he makes one gaffe. It wasn't his loss. He didn't lose the game himself. He certainly put them in a bad spot. But it takes a whole team to lose. And tonight wasn't his fault either. Vegas was just flat. They weren't good. Montreal was on their game, and they weren't very good. Going back to the case for Marc-Andre Fleury, he's the Vezina Trophy finalist. He's had a tremendous season. How do you say you can't go with him? He's led them up to this point. I thought it was a smart move. Give him some time off, let Leonard come in, take the pressure off him, and then put him back in. I thought it was a savvy choice, but it didn't work out. So
going back to Montreal next game, what would you do?
I would go back with Leonard again. I think you gave him a shot, it didn't work. I think I'd go with the other guy. That's me personally, but I'm not much of a goalie coach. So
all right, well, we're going to differ on that one. I would stick with Fleury. Fleury's been so reliable for so long. Such a great goaltender. I mean, what you were saying a minute ago about just everything he brings, that
Right.
would be the direction I'd go.
Well, he certainly is a battler. I thought Leonard was a lot steadier. I personally don't like Robin Leonard's attitude. I think it stinks. I think he has a lot of anger issues, and I think that's the issue with his game. It's all in his head more so than his natural ability. He's a tremendous goaltender when he's on his game, but I think he gets knocked off his game pretty easily. He says in the media after the game, "Oh, I don't care. You guys are talking blank about me," but certainly it's all in his head. So that's why I like Fleury better from that standpoint. I think he's calmer and cooler and sees the bigger picture. I think Leonard, you can get after him. Now, coming in for a one-game thing, he may just have enough of a chip on his shoulder to do it. We'll see. But you make a good point. I disagree. I still think they go with Leonard.
All right, so this series has been a showcase for some of the young stars in Montreal. We talked earlier on about Cole Caulfield quite a bit, and another great night tonight. But how about Nick Suzuki?
Well, Nick Suzuki. Before we get into Nick Suzuki, I guess me calling out Jesperi Kotkaniemi, he must have been watching one of the Puck Dudes broadcasts to see that I had called him out the other night, so he jumped into the game and had a good game tonight. But yeah, Nick Suzuki. Nick Suzuki is. I was watching the game with a friend tonight, and I was watching the facial expression on Max Pacioretty. Here's a guy who's near. He's at the peak of his career, maybe on the other side of the hill heading down. This is his shot at winning the Stanley Cup, and he's supposed to be this leader that's going to take the team to the promised land. And then you got on the other side, you got a kid that's 20, 21 years old, and he's dominating the game. So the future's bright in Montreal for sure with the young stars. You've got the three core forwards, all under 21 years of age, and going to lead going forward. Now, I'm not exactly sure on the ages there, but I'm pretty sure they're all under 21. I know Caulfield's 20.
All right, Paul, I also want to ask and talk a little bit about just the energy of this game. But before we do that, if you're getting value from this video, if you're enjoying this video, we would just ask that you subscribe to our channel or click a big like on the video. That really helps with the YouTube algorithm. We would really appreciate it. 2-minute minor for anyone who doesn't do that. All right, so Paul.
Right. And since we're on that topic, I'd like a little shout out to some people that had a look today and let me know. Brother Scott out in on the East Coast, and a few buddies that we're quite close friends with, Brody and Tambo, and I've got a buddy out west that's picking up the Puck Dudes podcast, video cast, and Peter Park Jr., lacrosse superstar. So just shout out to him.
Right on. One of the things, to me, one of the themes from tonight was every time there was a loose puck, that there was an opportunity for a Montreal player to go for it, or a Vegas player, the Montreal, not just on both ends of the ice, not just on the offense, but also back in their own end, Montreal was one step ahead. They were jumping on it. They just seemed to have that extra bit of energy.
And did you notice the soft little short passes they were making? John Merrill made one in the corner where he kind of flipped it out. It would, if it didn't work out, it was a bad play, but it did work out. It actually turned into the first goal where they had the breakout. It was a tic-tac-toe play out of their zone, and then before you knew it, Josh Anderson had broken free, and that allowed Kotkaniemi to get the rebound to score the goal. But it was all based on the quick, subtle passes that were made in the Habs' zone. And I thought it was tremendous. Now, there were times when the Montreal game broke down, and you could see Vegas was cycling it and putting it to them. And I'm sitting there watching the game, and I said, if you guys aren't careful, you're going to get scored on. But they managed to tighten it up and gather themselves. So they were full value for the money tonight.
Absolutely. It's a good way of putting it. All right, so looking ahead, next game in the series, we're going back to Montreal, Game 6. Montreal's up 3-2. give us a score. What do you predict for the next game's outcome, Paul?
Next game between Montreal and Vegas is in Montreal. I would not be shocked to see if they allowed more fans in the building. I mean, they're all outside anyway, shoulder to shoulder, spitting all over each other and getting drunk. So if you're going to pass any virus, you're going to do it there just as much as you'll do it in the building. I think the Montreal crowd will bring this team home in 6, like I've previously predicted. And the score will be 3-1 after Vegas pulls their goalie down 2-1 and Cole Caulfield finishes this into the empty net. How's that for a prediction?
Yeah, that's pretty specific. I'm not gonna.
As you know, I don't care if I'm wrong, so I'll go out there on a limb and I'll try it. So.
I'm not gonna get that specific, but I am gonna say.
Come on, man, get out! Don't be such a wimp. Let's go. Give us something good.
I do think Vegas is going to take Game 6 and
Not
send
a
it.
chance. Not a chance.
And I think it's going to be a 4-2 victory in Montreal, sending it back to Vegas for Game 7.
Okay, so if that's the case, who wins Game 7?
Oh, no, we have to wait to make that prediction.
All right. Oh, sorry, I'm getting ahead of the algorithm. All right, gotcha.
That's right. Our viewers have to wait till the next time to find that. I've got my score for Game 7 too.
All right.
Not disclosing that yet.
Did you punch it into the Adrian predictometer and come out with your $1 million bet?
There you go. That's right.
Attaboy.
All right. Well, thank you very much for that. Thank you, viewers, for watching. Again, click like and subscribe below. Would really appreciate that. And also, we'll put a link to our website. Our website's also just as new as our new YouTube channel. And we would love to have you come on over and visit, see some of the great hockey content on the site. The link will be in the description of the video below. So thank you very much. Thank you, Paul. And see you in the next game.
Take care, guys.